I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Daniel. I'm currently studying a 4th year Bachelor of Commerce and Bachelor of Advanced Studies at the University of Sydney. I'm in my final year and I'm majoring in Finance and Human Resource Management. Today, I will be going through more of those practical components of finding an internship and how I found an internship and what I got out of my internship and so on. Without further ado, we're moving on. I would just like to go through what sort of internships I've actually done and how I found them, and just a little bit of my background. My very first internship was at Stable and Wise. It's a small startup company and my position was called HR Research Associate. And that was during my second semester of second year. That was a part-time unpaid job that went on for around 12 weeks. And my role basically involved analyzing resumes for the candidates. We're the recruitment agency. And also I was posting up job advertisements, making sure that the right talent gets placed to the right place. I also did a lot of research about recruitment and anything that involves talent acquisition, and I really understood what it really involves working in a small company, as you get to directly work with the founder. Basically, it was a good opening experience for me to get into the HR industry, as I really want to become a consultant or wanted to really work in the recruitment field. And then I applied for industry placement program, which is our flagship internship opportunity at the University of Sydney Business School, and I've gone into Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, and that was the company that I worked for during my industry placement program as an education and HR intern. For that 10 weeks of program, again, this was unpaid, but I worked very closely with Benefit Cosmetics team, and my role basically included designing training modules and making sure that the retail staffs were receiving a proper education and induction when they first get into Benefit Cosmetics. And I also made sure that our Instagram was working really well for our internal customers. So I did a variety of work there. And what was really cool was that if you guys ever go to Sephora and Maya and see Benefit Cosmetics staffs there, 99% chance that they have been trained by my material and the videos that I've created. So that's pretty cool because you actually get to see your work getting carried out. And on the other side, I was also able to work closely with many of our team members, and it's very good experience working as a big team because LVMH is a global organization, and just by witnessing how they source talents, how they train talents, and what is actually happening behind the scene before the products gets released was a very valuable experience for me. And I also was able to network with one of our leading industry experts. Going to the meetings and talking with clients was very cool experience. One of my most recent one was with EY. I was a vacationer for People Advisory Services in the rewards team, specifically for the past 3 months. This experience was a paid internship because it is a vacational program, and during the summer break I was going into the office. I guess at the end of the day, this experience was fantastic because I was able to work with one of the big 4 consulting companies and also get to learn more about rewards team, which is a division within whole People Advisory Services. And because EY is a very huge company, the people that you work with, like the partners and the directors, they give you so much insight because with their numerous experience with clients and working in this industry, you learn so much about talent management, transactions, HR due diligence, pay and rewards, working cultures, total rewards, governance. So I was able to get this all-rounded experience as a vacationer. So they were my 3 main internship experience over the course of my university studying Bachelor of Commerce. And how did I actually find these internships and how did I secure these? I would say there were mainly three different pipelines. And first one is Career Hub, LinkedIn, Hatch, basically like those online platforms. I really encourage students to regularly visit Career Hub, LinkedIn, and Hatch. You might not be so familiar with Hatch. Hatch is actually a company that connects university students with their industry partners. It is actually founded by one of our school alumni at the Sydney University Business School. A very good platform for you to screen part-time work, contract jobs, but also grad programs as well. I found my first internship, which was at Stable and Wise through Career Hub because it was advertised there, and I was regularly checking them. Please just check them out as much as you can because quite often there is something going on. There's something advertised every week. Next is Industry Placement Program. Like I said, this is our flagship program at Sydney University Business School. Please enroll yourself into IPP, which is open every single semester, and you'll be going on that 10 weeks of internship, which also count towards your credit. And University of Sydney is proud to have so many connections with our industry industry partners. Like I said, I've been there with LVMH, but there was one with Deloitte, PwC, Quarry Bank, Christian Dior. There's also Nestle. There are just so many that you will love when you enroll yourself into IPP. And lastly, societies and case competitions. Now, this is a very interesting one because there are many case competitions that are getting organized individually by the companies, but also they usually partner with our societies. Like Sydney Consulting Club, and there's one with FMAA, Unit, so many of them. If you follow our society's Facebook page, like whatever you might be interested in, to keep yourself updated with their sponsors and their new opportunities, there's a great chance that they will advertise, oh, McKinsey is doing a management case competition with like FMAA, and the winners are usually invited for final rounds of interviews, or they will have a good networking session with the partners or the directors of the sponsor. And that's when you actually ask them questions about graduate programs, internships, and it's a good pipeline. Societies and case competitions, definitely follow them and check them out. And if you have time, enroll yourself into case competitions, gather your friends, because who knows, like you might actually win it. As much as how good the prize will be, there are good opportunities for you to stretch into internships or even graduate programs. All right, I would really like all of you to firstly choose the industry that you want to work for, and within that industry, choose the company that you might want to apply for early, because there are company specific programs that they only advertise, but maybe our university may not be so aware of, or even the societies may not be so aware of. Especially like the big companies, they are normally advertised as like vacational program or summer internships or winter internships. And when you follow them on their Facebook or even LinkedIn, they will advertise. You will never miss out on them because there will always be notifications going on. I will basically share experience tailoring my first 3 years at university with EY, so that I was fortunate enough to become a vacationer for Ernst & Young. And this is a good example of how company-specific programs actually work and how students could maximize these opportunities. Starting off my second year, which was February 2020, first semester, I followed society pages, especially SUBS in the University Business Society. SUBS advertised this information morning organized by People Advisory Services at EY. At first, I had no idea what this team was, but because it was beginning of the semester and they said, oh, there's morning tea providers, so I was like, okay, surely why not? Why am I not going to go to that one? So I went there, and then that's when I really heard about PAS, which is People Advisory Services. And I realized from the panel talk that this team was centered around solving people issues, people problems, and consulting. And I realized that that is very closely aligned to my major, which is Human Resource Management. So I asked the representative who came in the information morning, I'm really interested in HR field. Within People Advisory Services, which service line or which team should I apply for? And then one of the consultants told me, there are 2 different teams that you might want to be interested in. First one was rewards, second one was performance and talent. And I looked up on the website and was like, okay, rewards sounded a little bit more interesting because that really blends my finance knowledge as well when you set pace mechanisms and reward recognition structures. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for rewards. And then the representatives told me, hey, please apply for Career Compass program. And I was like, what's Career Compass program? And they told me, oh, that's when you apply pre-penultimate year, so which is second year. And that was perfect time for me. And they said, oh, applications will be open August. So I put that down on my calendar. So I applied for Career Compass program, and I have to submit my cover letter, CV, and also sit psychometric tests and numerical reasoning tests and so on. And in my cover letter and during my interview, I said I actually went to People Advisory Services information morning this February, and I was referred by these consultants and I named them specifically, and they told me such a good new stuff about Career Compass program, and they told me to apply, and this really motivated me to do such and such. And then I was fortunate enough to be accepted into Career Compass program, which was a networking event. And in between that Career Compass program and People Advisory Services Information Morning, I was constantly networking with EY consultants with any society initiatives like ComSec and SMS mentoring program, Business One consulting networking events. That's when I actually built some network within EY, so that during my Career Compass program, I was again able to say with my networks that I met throughout these programs, I was really interested in this team and so on, and this I wanted to get my career in here. And that's when they recognized my motivation, and they really validated my motivation. And I was fortunate enough to be invited for vocational program, and that was an early offer for vocational program. I think this is a great example of how you would tailor your networking events and your strategies in your first 2 years at university to make sure that you get into the company that you want to get into. And I believe that anyone could follow these strategies. And my WAM isn't that great. I did not have like fancy experience, but I guess tailoring your motivation and making sure that you are networking constantly with the company representatives from your very first few years, that makes your application very unique and very special for these companies. So if there's a company that you want to work for in the future, please follow them on Instagram or like Facebook or LinkedIn. Make sure that you attend these events and make your application very unique and make sure it stands out. I would just like to wrap up saying internship itself may not mean anything at the end of the day unless you clearly set out what you really want to get out of it. Use that as a CV booster, but when you make it as a CV booster, clearly set personal KPIs. What I mean by that is set what you want to really achieve and what you really want to get out of this experience. Make sure that you set numerical result achievements so that you can make your experience sellable with data and quantifiable result, because that makes your CV very unique. And also be a team player when you're in an internship opportunity. Be the one who they want to work with, get a reference, stay inquisitive and open-minded, because I realized with all my internship experience, the employers don't expect anything from you. Like, let's say you don't know how to use PowerPoint, Excel, Word, they actually don't care because they train you with all of these first. So don't expect to deliver like huge difference, but actually try to be inquisitive, learn as much as you can, ask as many questions, and try to be proactive as possible. And at the same time, again, consider this as an opportunity for you to observe the company's culture first and see if you enjoy the work, because you might end up going, oh, I really wanted to work for this company, but this is not really my taste, the work itself and the culture. I would prefer a little bit more maybe hierarchical culture or more structured culture, or I like more flexibility, I like more flat culture. That's totally up to you. Great opportunity for you to test these out. So that was my tips and tricks as someone who has been already in your shoes. Thank you for listening to my presentation today. Thank you so much for your time today, everyone.